Hey, thanks for checking out this presentation here. I wanted to show you how to sell your home fast and for more money. And obviously, as you can see by the subtitle here, we're going to talk about how many for sale by owners can sell for a higher price. Now, obviously, if you're trying to sell your home on your own, you want to sell it for as much as you can. So, first and foremost, I want to congratulate you. It's a big decision to make a move and being able to sell your home on your own. There's so many forms available nowadays and everything's available online. So, there's a lot you can do to sell your home on your own. So, what I want to do in this brief presentation is give you some tips on how you can get it sold. You can save a lot of money for yourself, and more importantly, you might be able to sell it to the most desirable buyer, meaning they would be willing to buy it for more money so you can net a higher sale price. We're going to cover here two things in this brief presentation. Number one, why 83% of homeowners that do try to sell their home on their own fail to sell it themselves. But that's not a big deal because of number two, how you can ensure that you not only sell, but sell for absolute top dollar. So the national stats said 83% of homeowners cannot sell their home on their own, and only 17% do. But what I want to do in this presentation is show you how you can sell it on your own by understanding the marketing that you need to put forth as a for sale by owner. Now, if you're hiring yourself as the agent, well, if you're hiring yourself as a representative, you're really the marketing director. That's really what your title is. And in representing your home, you are the marketing director. So I want to show you how you can drastically increase your chances of selling. A 17% chance of selling is, frankly, not very good. Well, let me tell you, just a short time ago, we saw sample numbers as high as 70% of homeowners who were able to sell their house. So you want to think about or ask, why has that number dropped? Why did it used to be one could sell their own home? You may even have sold previous homes that you've had. Now I've talked to homeowners all the time. I'm an agent right here in the Quad Cities, and I talk to homeowners all the time that say, well, we've sold the last three homes that we've had on our own, and we've sold them in 3 days with no problem at all. Well, that may have been a long time ago, long before the internet and target marketing started taking over with more data and more distractions that the buyers have. But today you're going to learn how you can sell yours and get your numbers way up where you have a much higher chance of being able to sell it on your own. So, what I don't want you to do is what most homeowners do. They load their home on Zillow as a for sale by owner, and then they wait for it to sell. That is a recipe for disaster. And here's what I mean by that. You know who's on Zillow all day long? Real estate agents. So if you have your home listed on Zillow and you're mad that you keep getting calls from real estate agents, you need to fire your marketing department. So whoever's responsible for your marketing has done that because they put the home where mostly agents are looking. So don't be frustrated when you get calls. I've actually heard from buyers that said they called a for sale by owner here in our area, and the for sale by owner was like, "Are you an agent or a buyer?" And they were like, "Wow, that was kind of rude. What do you mean, am I an agent or a buyer? Why are you angry?" So a lot of homeowners are just frustrated that they're getting all these calls from agents and not getting calls from buyers. But please understand, that's an effect of your marketing. So you're attracting those people. You want to start, rather, to attract buyers. And that's what we're going to cover in this presentation. In fact, listing your home on the MLS isn't going to help you much either. You're going to have a lot of agents that are going to be calling you saying, well, I can get you listed on the MLS. Well, duh, that adds you to realtor.com. And that's it. That's about all it does. It syndicates to all these other websites, but do you really think there's a whole bunch of buyers on realtor.com that never go to zillow.com? It's not going to help a whole lot. What you need is a target marketing specialist. You see, there's a difference between real estate agents and what they do. Heck, you can put it on the MLS for $99, and guess what? That too won't work. You've got your home listed on one more website, which is the same website that all the other buyers are already looking at if they go to Zillow. They go to realtor.com as well, and vice versa. So that's not going to help you much. You've got to understand when you're hiring someone to represent your home, you're hiring a marketing director, and what they do matters. So, what I'm going to show you here is how top producing marketing experts are selling their listings. As an example, I do really well here in the Quad City market area. And again, I'm a real estate agent with eXp Realty. And a lot of the homes that I represent, I utilize this target marketing approach, which is really kind of a top secret approach. And I'm going to give it here to you today that you can use yourself. And why would I do that, you ask? I think, well, spreading goodwill. Hopefully, you'll sell your home on your own. And if you don't, maybe you'll give me a shot. But top producing agents are marketing homes based on the amenities that you have. Your home certainly has some unique amenities that's going to appeal to certain types of buyers, what we call the most opportune buyer. So I want to show you how you can find that most opportune buyer because then you can increase your chances of selling your home for a lot more money. So again, if you're taking notes here, you want to write down target marketing. You don't want to do this spaghetti at the wall thing, just throwing it out there and hoping that buyers find you. That is going to end in disaster. Now, as an example, right here in this market, out there where our homes are being marketed correctly, they're averaging about 7 to 10 days on the market. So I want to be clear with you. If you've been on the market over 10 days, you've already missed one whole generation of buyers. So then there'll be some buyers here coming up in the next week, of course, and then you've missed another generation of buyers. They're buying the competition, is what they're doing. So a lot of people think then, well, we've only been in the market 3 weeks. Well, you've been through 3 generations of buyers. Homes are selling very quickly when they're target marketed correctly. So if you know who the most opportune buyer is for your house, that's going to allow you to target market those buyers because they're most likely to give you the most amount of money for your home. And you can have that magnetically attractive offer. So there's certain things that your home has, certain things that you would brag about, whether it's school district or a fenced in yard or a great family friendly neighborhood, lots of kids in the area, anything like that. Whatever it is, hardwood floors, new roof, all the things that you would have, there are certain people that are going to be very interested in that too, particularly if it's a better fit for their family's needs. So they'll be magnetically attracted to that. So we don't want to advertise to the masses. You want to make sure you're advertising to that most opportune prospect. So let me show you a quick example here. Let's just say this is a home right here in our area. It's a 4 bedroom, 2 story house. It's got an in home office. It has a first floor primary bedroom, and all the other bedrooms are upstairs. And there's a fenced yard, and it's priced at $600,000. So my question to you is this: if this were your home, describe to me who would buy that home. Look at the criteria here. If you're going to be a marketing specialist, you have to know how to do this. Who's the most likely buyer for this home? Well, let me show you here. It's going to be someone with at least 2 children. They'll probably be a small business owner or work from home because they're really going to love that home office that you have. Their children will likely be of teenage years, which means this is going to be a little bit older couple. It's not going to be a young couple because they don't want their bedroom on a different level than the nursery. But if they have teenagers, they're going to want to be separated from them a little bit. Does that make sense? So you're going after an older couple, or maybe I should say not older, but certainly not 25 or 30, right? So they have children of teenage years, probably even in the same school district, so to make that transition easier. And they'll have at least one pet in the home as they're going to love that fenced yard. They'll also have a credit score of 660 or higher, and they'll have a household income of 175 to 225 because we know your home price is 600. So about a third of that is what they'll need to make in total household income. So let me ask you, based on all the target marketing you've been doing for your house, is this exactly who you've been marketing to? And if not, what have you been doing? Have you been throwing it on a website and waiting for somebody to come around? You're going to get a bunch of agents calling you and you're going to get mad. So you have to target market exactly who the most opportune buyer is. So I'm going to give you some of the companies here today so you can do this on your own. You won't need an agent. You can do this on your own. So you see here, if you go to Exact Data, Leads Please, Strategic List, Info USA, or Data Finder, these are some of the marketing list companies that you can acquire data for people in the area that are most likely to buy your home. And it may be that the most likely buyer isn't even actively out there looking right now. The times you were thinking of moving back in the day, you probably thought about it for a year, maybe even longer, right? And if the perfect property would have come along 6 months earlier, you would have made the move. So it's all a matter of them finding the right property at the right time. So some of the data you can get from these mailing list brokers, and you want to write down that term, mailing list broker or marketing list broker. Some of the data that you can acquire from them is number one, a mailing address. Number two, an email address for each of these clients. Number three is a phone number. And number four is their LinkedIn page or their Facebook page. Now, which two do you think, of all these here, which do you think are the best info to acquire to get your home sold within a week? Which two, in other words, would you choose to get their information. Now, I'm sure you chose it correctly. You would choose the email address and the phone number. Why? Well, you're probably not going to email them because email doesn't work anymore. And you're probably not going to call them either because nobody answers the phone anymore. But what you can do is utilize that data to market to them directly through what's called Facebook Custom Audience. You can do the same thing on YouTube. You can even do it on Google. There's a lot of different ways you can do this. Essentially, what you would do is take that information, load those two data sets into Facebook Custom Audience to get your property directly in front of the most opportune buyer. This is what target marketing realtors are doing today. It's one of the reasons homes are selling so fast because we can target market the most opportune buyer. This is how homes are being marketed and sold in today's target marketing environment. We don't even need to put a for sale sign in the yard, and we certainly are not doing open houses with this approach. So we can target market the most opportune buyer, and you can copy this approach. If you want to be the marketing director, this is exactly how you do that. So, if you're utilizing a targeted approach, the most successful marketing campaigns will then send them to a high converting web page or what we call a marketing funnel for your house. A couple of resources that you can use are Weebly.com. It allows you to create a good web page. They actually have a free version as well. Another one is called ClickFunnels. If you get with ClickFunnels, they'll show you how to create a marketing funnel so that when a buyer is interested in your house, they're going to kind of go down this slippery slope of getting more information, seeing the house, writing an offer, understanding that homes are selling for near asking price right now. So, if you create a marketing funnel and retargeting to those that show interest, that's the best way to nurture and follow up until they're ready to buy. Now, if you're on Zillow, as an example, which is kind of wasting your time, having your property on Zillow, but if you're on Zillow right now, you see so many people there viewing the home. Well, what does your follow up campaign look like to them? Do you pixel them? Are you retargeting them in any way? Are they getting walkthroughs of your home? Have they seen additional information? Are you showing them some type of prearranged financing that's available for them? Remember, you're the marketing director for your house. You have to have these things put together or hire somebody that can. Now, here's why it's so important. As I'm sure you've seen, homes in the area are averaging around 10 days on the market, and I believe that will stretch out longer as time goes on. But some homes are still getting multiple offers and selling for over asking price. And at one point, we referred to the price as the starting price, not the asking price. A short time ago, before the market was super hot, we would have an asking price and buyers would offer something a little lower, and we try to come to something in between. But now the market's starting to normalize again, but there's still a shortage of homes for sale, which still favors sellers. And we're still in one of the better seller markets that we've ever seen in the history of the United States. But you've got to get somebody to market your home correctly, or you do it yourself. Either way is fine. But the point being is if you're not experiencing the norm, you have a marketing issue. No one knows it's out there. No one knows the home exists, or the right people don't know. So it's an obscurity issue. And the common homeowner that's never going to sell says, well, I put it on Zillow, and if they're serious, well, they'll see it on Zillow. But that's not how marketing works. You think they're going to pursue you? It doesn't work that way, especially as the market shifts. Now, some additional marketing venues you might want to consider are direct mail. Direct mail works extremely well when you have a professional copywriter create a marketing package for your home. We do that a lot here with some of the homes that I represent. We'll get a direct mail approach together. I hire a professional copywriter and we create a marketing package for the home. It has to be a real presentation and not an info sheet that you just put on the table that has the same pictures that you have online. Now, I rarely recommend that early in the process as the online target marketing is getting phenomenal results. So if I were you, I would just start with the online approach. Find the most opportune buyers and get a marketing list together, cross reference that, and load them into Facebook custom audience, and you show up on their news feed as a home available right here in this marketplace. Now, why is this so important? Since you could be getting multiple offers, we can be picky on the terms of the sale and which contract is in your best interest. So maybe you want to close in a month, or maybe you want to close in 3 months. Highest offer may not be the best offer for your needs. So, a highest and best offer can be two different things. But the more contracts you get on your home, you can decide which ones best fit your needs, not only for asking price, but it's really the terms that's going to have to make sense for you. So, that's really what we need to start looking at. Now, the quality of your prospects are going to matter as well. Homeowners that don't experience this, they're the ones that are putting a sign in the yard and posting it on Zillow and a few other sites, and then they're doing an open house on Sunday, hoping that a random person driving by between 2 and 4 p.m., and they're going to be looking to buy a house right now and looking to buy that particular house. So if you've hired yourself as the marketing specialist, you have to be the marketing specialist. So it's crucial that you be the marketing specialist. So you really want to think about which approach you're using and are you going aggressive enough to get the home sold in such an aggressive market? So pricing and marketing precision matters as well. So some homeowners are underpriced and some are overpriced, and some simply aren't using a targeted marketing approach at all. They're just throwing it out there, waiting on somebody to come to them. So anytime you have a home that's unique, you'll always sell it faster and for more money if marketed to the most opportune prospect. So, as an example, if I have a 69 Mustang that's in perfect condition and all the original parts and very low miles, there's a certain type of collector that will pay me a premium. What I don't want to do is throw it in the newspaper and put it on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and just hope that somebody that's looking for a car for a good price will come along. No, I'm going to need somebody that's going to fall in love with it for what's unique about it. And the same is true about your house. There's some very unique reasons you chose the house when you bought it compared to all the other ones that you looked at. And that's what needs to be marketed. And most importantly, marketed to the right people. So that's the importance of hiring on a marketing consultant if you aren't going to do it yourself, or obviously if you're over your head, if you don't know how to do it or have experience with it. So let's talk about getting you some free advice at least and getting your home sold. You can sell it on your own, but get yourself some free help. As a professional real estate advisor and marketing specialist, I'm always happy to give some helpful advice as to how the home should be positioned and marketed in the marketplace. So, what I do is a free walkthrough of the home, and I give a maximum of 15 minutes of marketing consulting, give you the best places to look, the best prospects to target, and some specific techniques to sell your home on your own. So, I'm more than happy to do that for everybody here in the Quad Cities. Again, I'd give a 15-minute, no more than 15-minute marketing consultation to give you free advice on what you can do and how you can sell your home. And there's really a good chance that if you get it targeted correctly, you can sell your home on your own and you'll probably get a premium price for it and you'll save yourself a bunch of money in expenses as well. So a lot of people might say, why would you offer this service for free? After all, you're a real estate agent. Don't you want the listing? Aren't you just going to try to get me to give you my listing? Well, the fact is, I'm one of the most expensive realtors in town because I do a better job, because I can do better target marketing. And you might possibly net more money from the sale of your home, which obviously your number one goal is how do I bring more to the bottom line, right? So I'm rarely even accepting any new listings. But what I found is about half the owners that I do give some consulting to, they may be able to sell it immediately and sell their home on their own. And the other half may eventually say, hey, I tried it out. I didn't really know what I was doing. I got some good results, but not great. And they'll contact me to handle everything at a professional level so they can net top dollar as a homeowner. So the initial meeting is for your education and it's totally free of charge, without obligation, and without some sort of weird sales pitch. I'm not going to give you a listing presentation. I'm literally there to give you 15 minutes of marketing consulting to show you how you can best expose your property to the most opportune buyer. Okay? So the question is, are you going to be the next success story? Selling your home is fun when you're going about it the right way. If you're attracting dozens of prospects and you're getting several purchase contracts, it's actually a lot of fun to do. If you've done a bad job at marketing and you get more agents calling you than buyers, well, you got some bad bait out there and you're catching the wrong type of fish, right? So let's get together to make a few marketing adjustments so you can sell your home for top dollar. I think you'll find it incredibly helpful. So, again, my offer to you is a totally free 15-minute consultation. Talk a little bit about what kind of marketing you need to do to get the home exposed correctly. So, my information is listed here, and you'll actually be reaching me, by the way. It's not going to go to an assistant or an admin. That's actually my cell phone number. And I answer that every day from 9 to 9, anytime, again, from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Shoot me a text if you want. I'll just buzz by and we'll spend 15 minutes and I'll give you some free advice. And hey, maybe you'll get your home sold. There's a 50-50 shot you'll get it sold for top dollar on your own. If you don't, hey, well, maybe you'll look at me to help you with some of the marketing. So hopefully this has been helpful for you, and this is exactly what we do to get your home sold for top dollar.